Hello, now I am going to interact with you on history of Panchayat Raj. Panchayat Raj creates situation to prepare the local citizen as responsible for their life and made them to develop leadership ability to participate in democratic system. Panchayat Raj institution creates situation to prepare the local citizen as responsible for their life and made them to develop leadership ability to participate in democratic system. This system bridges the yawning gap between centers meant for the decision making and implementation. It acts as a innovative machinery as well as mechanism to bridge this gap. It makes the community to become powerful instead of powerful centered and authority. So, it is a local initiative in the field of rural development. The paradigm shift from community development to Panchayat Raj. Panchayat Raj was a shift from silent revolution to most revolutionary stage in politics. In Indian political administration scene, the Panchayat Raj was a transitory metamorphosis. Now, I will explain to you about what do you mean the Panchayat Raj. The term Panchayat literally means a council of five. The principle of Panchayat is Panch Parameshwara, which means God speaking through the five. The term Panchayat Raj came into work in the late 50s. It is referred to a process of governance which links the people from village to state, state to center. Panchayat is also refers to council of elected members taking decision on various issues concerned to a village, economy, social and cultural life. Hence, Panchayat is a elected representative of a village body. The leader of council is known as Sarpanch and each member is a Panch. So, Panchayat is the one of the oldest democratic system still in use today. The best example is Solar Kingdom. During Solar Kingdom, they gave more importance to self-government as well as gave power at grassroots level. Now, you can see the principles of Panchayat Raj. That means why we are talking about Panchayat Raj? P. So, that is giving power to the people. For people, power is very, very important. What power? All power. Purchasing power, living power, etc. etc. Then power is about people participation. So, make the people to participate. That means utilizing their rights in effective and excellent manner. Then building democracy at bottom up. So, we are developing everything from bottom. So, in building, foundation is very, very important. Like that, even in administration, bottom level administration is very, very important. So, building democracy bottom up. Awaken the collective consciousness of the masses. That means group, then mass movement, like that. So, collective decision for effective development. Start with the Gram Sabha through elected representative, not bureaucratics. Through people representative, not by official. Then bring about transformation through real devolution of power. Teaching by sowing, learning by doing, another principle. Plan with people concise. Working of people in cooperation. Motivate people to strive for their own good. Approach with humanity and measures of faith. Lead the people to achieve their goals. Not a showcase but a pattern. Not a order but participation. Not a rule but representation. Not realizing their potential power. Not to conform but to transform. Not a piecemeal but an integrated approach. Need for Panchayat Raj. So, why we are talking about Panchayat Raj? What is the need? In India, rural development is essential and primary. The dimension of rural development is vast and multifaceted. Since independence, government has formulated various rural development programs. However, it was cover everybody, particularly the weaker come lower section of rural society. The important component of rural development are technological development, efficient, speedy delivery system, needs of the people into account, institutional changes and creating consciousness. Devolution of power at local level is must in order to accelerate at a faster growth and democratic participation in decision making to be a successful in India. Panchayat Raj is expected to bring about an effective social mobilization of peripheral. Panchayat Raj system conceived for rural development through local participation, representing local aspiration and local expectation. Now, you can see the characteristics of Panchayat Raj. These are all the characteristics. What are the characteristics? Three-tier system. What is a three-tier system? The Panchayat Raj system introduced in India as three-tier. So, in AC you have heard three-tier system. So, like that in Panchayat three-tier system. So, the bottom level system is Gram Panchayat. So, the middle level system is Panchayat Samiti. Then the upper level is Jilla Parishad. Then cooperation. At all three levels have cooperation relationship with each other. That means coordination, networking, relationship with these three. Then freedom. The local people have freedom to work and they are supervised from Panchayat Raj system. So, at central level, at state level, everybody is watching what is happening at Panchayat Raj, that too at grassroots level. Elected bodies. The Panchayat Raj systems, institutions means, so it is functioning only through the elected bodies. The employee of these institutions work under elected public representative. Next is power to mobilize resources. The Panchayat Raj institutions have sufficient powers to mobilize resources and organize public cooperation. Next one is significance of Panchayat Raj. Basic of democracy. The Panchayat Raj provides the basis to establish healthy democratic tradition in the country. Democratic decentralization, that is administrative powers and function, can be decentralized through Panchayat Raj. Political awareness. Panchayat elects citizens to use their political rights. Next one is cooperation between people and administration. The Panchayat Raj provides a good link between the people and the government. Then coordination with administration. The employees and elected representative of Panchayat Raj institution act as a strong link between local society and political system. So, these are all the significance of Panchayat Raj institution. Next one is objective of Panchayat Raj institution. So, it promotes people participation in rural development program. Then it provides an institutional framework for popular administration based on the concept of democratic decentralization. It acts as a media of social and political change. It facilitates mobilization process at next level and prepare plans for development and assist in their implementation in the concerned area. Growth and development of Panchayat Raj in India. An evolutionary perspective. So, now I will explain to you about the history. There is a growth in development of Panchayat Raj. The history of Panchayat Raj in India can be divided into following period from analytical point of view. History of Panchayat Raj. So, the history of Panchayat Raj in India is divided into Vedic period, Epic period, Ancient period, Maldiv period, British period and post-independent period. Historically, every village in the country had a panchayat which was responsible for finding the solution to the local problem within the village itself. Panchayat or village council are as Indian history and have part of her tradition. In Discovery of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru has provided a fairly exhaustive idea about working of the village panchayat in ancient India. Panchayat had vast powers, both executive and judicial power. Its members were treated with great respect by kings and the public. Land was allotted by the panchayat. They are also collect taxes out of agricultural produce and paid the share of village to the kings. Over and above the village panchayat, village council, there was a big panchayat to supervise and intervene if necessary. So, all this period has been elaborated here. So, the first one is Vedic period. A group of 5 people, that is 5 persons elected by villagers is the mean of panel. The village people are governed under this system as per Sanskrit culture. Panchayat means a group of 5 persons that included some spiritual man. Slowly, this spiritual man concept vanished. Rig Veda shows that Sabha, Samiti as local self-unit existed in India. The village disputes were settled by all these forums. In Vedic age period, the concept Pancha Parameshwara or Panch, the god, existed in the ancient age. It's a part and parcel of word, that is soil, water, fire, air and sky, Panchabhota. As per the Vedic saying, 5 devoted person done yajna or sacrifice. As per this age, so-called democratic bodies at local system, Sabha or Samitis used by the king and got approval to carry out certain decision and function. Okay. So, this during epic period itself, they focused the self-governance system. During epic period itself, they focused the self-governance system. Then next one is epic era. Ramayana stated that Janbat were villages, Janabada means village people, Gram means village, Mahagram means big village, and Gosa means group of villages. Tulasidas in Ramcharitra described that the main object of the ruler was welfare of the people, and the rule of the king were classified into 3 categories such as rule of kind man Raja, Tandra, rule of people means Braja, Tandra and rule, wise man or educated and knowledgeable person means Vida, that's Tandra. Caste Panchayat was also there. Under this system, one person elected from caste Panchayat and become the member of the king's council or minister, and king take advice from all the members, that means advice from the caste representative of the council. The decision of king was controlled by Sabha and Samiti has been found in Shanti Parva, Mahabharata, Manushruti and Arthashastra. As per Mahabharata, Gramik was the chief official of the village, Dashap was the chief of the villages. Then he is responsible for 20, 100 and 1000 village respectively. The village leads also protected people against the cruelty of the king. Mahabharata mentioned Gram Panchayat, but not sure the panis were collected, allotted by the people or nominated by the king. Manushastra stressed that village as a small unit of governance from units of 10, 20, 700, 1000. Village groups were a part of self-government system. Next one is ancient period. So, in ancient period, Arthashastra indicated that village having 100 to 500 families taken care of the king by 10 villages, 200 villages, 400 villages and 800 villages respectively called Shagranam. Then in the Chandragupta Maurya period, decentralization of period, Gramics elected by the village people and records also maintained about Gram Sabha. Then the same fact also mentioned by Chola kingdom in 1st century. Then Malti period. The Sultan who ruled felt that it was not possible to govern the India directly from the center. Therefore, during their period, they divided the kingdom into so many things. Then they ruled the villages by official, and decisions were taken, collections for revenue, everything has been done. Then next one is British period. British government was not interested about self-government. During that period, total government was established with period and purpose. Okay, in 1687, during British period, British government was not interested about self-government. So what they did it know? Totally they divided the period under for so many purpose. The first one is 1687 to 1881. That time they shared the burden of resources of the central and prevalence government. 1882-1991 local self-government. Then 1920 to 1937 people representatives were controlled. In 1938 to 1947 state of regeneration and reconstructions. So according to Lord Ripon, only when local bodies become elective and enjoyed real powers, and when the control exercised over them by the state was considerably reduced. So Ripon resolution during the year 1882 oriented another milestone in the field of local governance with certain recommendations. The recommendations are local community knowledgeable and interest and needs should be protected by the networking of local boards. In local boards, only 1/3 goes to official, whereas more members should be allotted for non-official member. Local government should introduce election for the member of local boards, insist that local board can mobilize the revenue from local bodies. Then the local body can take supportive assistance from district engineer, then honoring the service of local board, etc. Then during the Panikkar period, Panikkar indicated that the resolution at highest sphere in democratic institution took from root in India because of Lord Ripon reform of local self-governance. On 1909, Royal Commission on Decentralization recommended the formation of village panchayat and form the local self-government at bottom level. Example, the first step for construction of any building is laying the foundation. Foundation starts at the bottom. The entire weight is held by the base. How much importance is given to the base? Why? Think about it. So, villages are the important and foundation store or base for India. Hence, the system should start function from the bottom. So, now you can see the phases of Panchayat Raj. So, after independence, history divided into phases of Panchayat Raj. The first phase period is 1959 to 1966. During this period, Panchayat Raj was established in most of the states in India. Then in second phase period, 1967 to 1976, as a result of change in the strategy of growth, special program for agricultural development were given priorities, while limited attention was paid to the growth of Panchayat Raj institution. So, soon after independence, in the rural development program, they concentrated on agricultural development. Then, in third phase period, 1977 to 1991, special steps has taken to activate Panchayat Raj. Then, in fourth phase period, 1992 till date, as a result of Constitution 73rd Amendment Act 1993, almost all states have either passed the bill Panchayat Raj has been enforced. So 1993 73rd Amendment Act was implemented. So this act brought the revolution in the system of Panchayat Raj. Then here I am emphasizing the Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. So in Panchayat Raj, under Balwant Rai Mehta Committee, they brought enormous change in Panchayat Raj. The team Balwant Rai Mehta Committee in 1957, the team felt that there should be a single representative and vigorous democratic institution to take charge of all aspects of development work in rural area. It must be crowned by too much control by government or government agencies. That means everything was done by the government, controlling all sorts of aspects. It must receive guidance, which will be an instrument of expression of the local people will in regard to local development. It suggests that the concept of democratic decentralization of the community development and national extension service program. So both these program has merged during that period. Then the Balwant Rai Mehta Committee has given certain recommendation. You can see the recommendation given by Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. So that recommendation brought change in rural development, that too in Panchayat Raj system. So the first recommendation is suitable administrative decentralization for effective implementations of development program. Then second recommendation suggested by the team was place decentralized administrative system under the effective control of elected representative of the people. Third one is development block covers about 100 villages and having population of 100,000 should coincide with taluk, tahsil, sub-district unit. Then fourth one is there should be 3-tier system. Jilla Parishad at district level to replace the district board, Panchayat Samiti at block level and Gram Panchayat at village level. Fifth one is Panchayat should work under the overall supervision of the Panchayat Samiti, which would include their representative. Sixth recommendation was the 3-tier Panchayat Raj system would be vested with powers and function. Note the point. So resources will be largely devolved upon the Panchayat Samiti, the intermediate tier. The Panchayat Samiti will play a primary role in rural development process. So the government official is there, that's what they appointed, BDO and all sorts of things. Then next one is looking at the diversity of the socio-economic condition. Some state might modify the proposed system They may prepare devolution of power to the district level body. Next one is composition of Panchayat Raj body should be representative of all section of people by and large. Next one is effective training of people representative of the three-tier system of the local body was also stressed. So that's what at present one center is national level is functioning in Hyderabad, National Institute of Rural Development. There they are giving training for Panchayat Raj representative. State level institute meant for rural development is also conducting training for the elected representative. Then last recommendation is people representative could plan the community development and allied program as well as direct and supervise their implementation by the bureaucracy. Hence, they should develop the knowledgeable and attitude essential for it. They have to organize seminar, workshop, etc. etc. So, these are all the recommendations given by Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. Then another thing is in 1959 and 1966, Rajasthan was the first state where Panchayat Raj was established on 2nd October 1959. So this shows that in India on 2nd October, that is during Mahatma Gandhi birthday in 1959, the Panchayat Raj system was implemented. That too, it was first introduced in Rajasthan. Okay. Then Ashok Mehta Committee. Ashok Mehta Committee was appointed in 1977 by the Government of India in order to review and assess the functions and power of Panchayat Raj institution in rural development. The committee report was indicated that period 1962 to 64 meant for era of Panchayat Raj institution. So this year 1962 to 64 is the era meant for Panchayat Raj institutions. In 1964 to 1969 as a democracy and 1969 to 74 as it is a decline period of Panchayat Raj institution. The committee was also strongly expressed that these institutions never failed but faced ups and downs. So in life we are facing like that. Panchayat Raj institution is also sometimes got support, sometimes so many problems. Then the main recommendations of the Ashok Committee were Jilla Parishad should be primary unit of Panchayat Raj system. Then Panchayat Raj Committee and Mandal Panchayat in their administrative wing, well qualified senior civil servant should be posted. Then political party should take part in the election of Panchayat Raj. In order to enhance the capacity and attitude of the people representative as well as bureaucracy, programs and training should be organized. See, all the committees are giving importance for these points. Then for each district, as per the district level planning needs and stage of development, funds should be allotted. Therefore, a Panchayat Raj Finance Commission should be set up. State government should provide matching grants. In spite of all funds, the Panchayat Raj institution may also generate funds from their own resources. Then another one is Hanumantrao Committee. So in 1982, government appointed another committee under the leadership of Hanumantrao. So in order to ensure effective development in rural area, the government updated Planning Commission expert under the guidance of Dr. C.H. Hanumantrao to identify the methods to prepare a plan at the district level. Dr. Roy suggested that right from the plan formulating stage, local people should be participated. See, here you should learn one of the important point. So all the time everybody is talking about people participation. So in India, government is taking enormous effort. Only we need people participation. It is whose program? It is people program. Then they have to take part, they have to utilize. Then only so our country can progress. Okay. G.V.K. Rao Committee. So again government, the union government during the year 1985 appointed G.V.K. Rao Committee in order to advise on organization of Panchayat Raj institution and poverty alleviation program. The committee advised to formulate plan at the district level and for conducting regular election to the Panchayat Raj institutions. Lakshmi Mal Singh Committee in 1986. So under this committee, government under the leadership of Singh, he is a former committee member. In order to revive a Panchayat Raj, the government of India was framed the Singh committee. They strongly reviewed Panchayat Raj institution should be local government system and it must be foundation stone for Indian democracy and political system and played major role for the basis of 64th Constitutional Amendment Bill. Thangan Committee, P.K. Thangan, 1989, recommended that Jilla Parishad must act as a major role of planning and development and conduct regular elections. Then in 1990, they conducted a study under the leadership of Karan Singh, then study on Panchayat Raj in Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and gave the recommendation. That recommendation was increased rupees 4 to rupees 20 per capita grant in aid to Panchayat power to under the administrative control and merge the Jilla Parishad into DRDA. So now you can see the basic features of the act, this act. So what are the basic features of this act? So constitutional status to Panchayat Raj. So Panchayat Raj, how the Panchayat Raj got a constitutional status? According to Article 243B, 9 and 11. Then Article 243 to 29, power has given to the Panchayat. That means power to Panchayat constitutional status. Then to Gram Sabha, Article 243A, constitutional 3-tier system of Panchayat Raj. Article 243B and C given reservation. Okay. Then next one is reservation of seats for SC, ST. So Article 243. Then next one is duration of Panchayat. That means tenure. Article 243E. Then disqualification for membership. For this you can refer Article 243F, powers, authority and responsibility. Article 243G, power to impose tax and funds. Article 243H, Constitution of Finance Commission, Article 243. Then account of Article 243, election Article 243, non-applicable to certain area Article 243L. See, you have seen n number of laws, constitutional laws. So based on this, the Panchayat president can exercise the power. At the same time, based on this law, so they can dismiss the president, so many things. Okay, then they have to submit the account, etc., etc. Is it clear? At present, you have seen n number of committees are framed. Finally, they introduced 73rd Amendment Act. So regarding 73rd Amendment Act, you have seen this in another module. The details are there. In spite of that, government has taken enormous effort to strengthen the Panchayat Raj institution. So in order to promote and develop Panchayat Raj institution, the Ministry of Panchayat Raj and Rural Development, Government of India is doing substantial work to improve the status of Panchayat Raj. Rural development is not possible until we have a sound system with clarity of all details. Moreover, only structure is not enough. Make the system to function according to the policies laid down. So what I want to say to you is, so system is available, but we that means as a public, our role is make the system to function effectively. So then only we will expect the effective result. That's it. See you in next class.